Waverley.
Thank you, Acting Speaker. And I rise with delight once again to speak on another very exciting bill, the National Electricity Victoria Amendment Bill 2020. And what can I say about following on from the member for Polwarth? It's great to see him up at the back there. Good contribution. Didn't agree with anything you said, but I like the fact that you argued our case. I thought that was really, really special. So I want to thank the Minister for Energy. I will come back to why I say that. Well, the member may not be a fan of wind, but there was a lot of it going on right then. And there's a little wind farm coming over in Polwarth at the Mort Lake, which I will come back to in a bit because it's a bit exciting for my area. So I want to thank the Minister for Energy, Environment and Climate Change for significant work that is taking our state in the right direction and transforming our energy generation, and in this case our transmission network, and giving us options. And I'd like to also thank the other members for their contributions on this bill. There's a couple on the other side I'll probably come back to later, which again, as I said, sort of confused me. But the member for Macedon, very good contribution before, because she explained that our federal counterparts have denied certainty to the market. I thought that was a very good phrase, because it is exactly what they've done. We've had 6 years of sitting on their hands, something that the opposition seems to do quite well, and as a result, the industry doesn't know where to go. They're not going to invest money. They're not going to use, business is not going to use good money on investing in renewables, which is what we're in most of the world, that's what they're doing. They're not going to do that if there's no clear national policy. So I'd encourage, please, let your federal counterparts know, please, let's have a policy. Even if it's a bad one, just have one, and then we can work from there. And of course, the member for Lara, who was in here before, was discussing the benefits of our renewable energy program in manufacturing Geelong. Manufacturing the old Ford plant. Who would have thought that would have happened? But it did because of the Andrews Labor government. So our renewables, our energy sector, our work on climate change is not just pie in the sky going to happen someday, it's happening now. And it's happening now by providing jobs for the people of Victoria. Now, our Andrews Labor government is known for its commitment to providing reliable, affordable and clean energy for Victorians. And we're delivering on this goal for all our Victorians. We've introduced reform after reform, which makes our state's energy system fairer for our communities. I can remember when the Energy Compare program was rolled out, and I think we'd gone through a process at our place already of changing our lights over, our down lights over from the old halogen ones to the LEDs, and that saved us a fair whack just by itself. So if anyone hasn't done that, you should do that. There's still a program going on that. But going through Energy Compare, I think we've probably saved, I reckon, about $500-600 a year for about 10 minutes on the web. So it's a fantastic program. And I believe, I think $50 is still available. If people haven't done that yet, you should really get into that. Actually, to that point, the President in the other place and I are going to be hosting some information and assistance sessions for the Energy Compare process in my district of Mount Waverley coming up. And I encourage all of my constituents to contact my office for details. We'll book you in a time, we'll take you through the process. And these sessions are especially helpful for some of our senior or core community members by giving them access to the savings that, as I said, myself became aware of thanks to this program a couple of years ago. Now, but it's not just Energy Compare that our Andrews government is known for in the energy sector. Last year I was, like others here, very happy to vote on our Victorian renewable energy target legislation. It was a cracker. And this bill, the bill then, has slashed the standing offers and made the process of understanding our energy bills a lot easier. And in fact, I've seen that a lot of the major energy companies used to have these side deals where they say, well, you can save 35% on the cost, but the cost wouldn't be the same necessarily next year, and then we'll give you another discount if you pay early. You needed to be Einstein to understand your bill. So the one benefit of the VRED is now a lot of that confusion is gone. and it's a lot easier for people to, when they get their bill, to understand where they are and therefore compare it to something else. We've worked with our private electricity providers and will continue to do so. They need to have electricity available when we need it most. And now, we'll encourage the national energy market operator to find cheaper, more reliable sources of supply. And it's worth saying that this bill won't replace the national rules. And we'll continue to advocate strongly to improve the national framework. But the NEVA, this bill, will provide Victoria with a backup option where the national rules let us down. And again, that goes back to the certainty that we get from our federal counterparts. It just takes so long. It can take over 2 years for them to work out whether something's going to work or not. We've got projects that are online now. We need a grid that can move the electricity around instead of just the one way. Now, the member for Polwarth was talking a lot of percentages about wind farms that are at this percentage and this percentage. I'll take him at his word. The question is, are the lights on? Surely that's the important part here. He didn't talk about that. I'm going to presume they are. So as long as the transmission network can get the power to where it needs to at the time that it's needed, then the rest of what was said over there doesn't really make much difference to everyday people at home who just want to make sure their fridge is running 24 hours a day. So if we take a step back to early 2014, our renewable energy sector had stalled. The industry had no confidence in the Baillieu-Napthine government of the day, and since being elected in 2014, we've allowed this industry to thrive. And today we have new renewable generators pumping out clean energy across our state, with many more developers eager to build. We also have major investments in grid-scale batteries, energy efficiency and household solar power that are transforming the way people use power in Victoria. We've got a strong renewable supply chain flourishing in regional Victoria. For example, the first time in a decade, as I said before, with the member Lara mentioned, we have wind turbines being assembled in Geelong. Local manufacturing, local jobs. Wilson Transformers in my district of Mount Waverley are part of this future and part of the present. So I was very happy to see a 125-tonne massive transformer get on the truck and go to Mortlake in member for Polwarth's area, I believe. This is local jobs turning into the energy of our future being made in my district, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of that, even if it's just representing them. So here's the rub. The progress, this transformation to our energy future relies on a robust transmission grid. And we need a grid that is evolving to meet the demands of the energy system and has the ability, the efficiency to move electricity from where it's produced to where it's needed. And that's what this bill goes to. Now, as I get close to the finish here, I just want to go to the member of Warrandyte who started us off. And I thought his first 10 minutes, very good. I mean, yeah, he's always up and gets about, and good on him. But he said the AMO admits that transmission network that is under their control is not keeping up. I agree. He also said upgrades are important. Yep. And he also went to, we do need to invest in the transmission network. Right again, 3 out of 3. He then said that our government, the Andrews Labor government, record is here for all to see. Well, 4 out of 4, member for Warrandyte, is exactly right. That is why our energy system, our energy network is on the right track. Our Minister for Energy is doing more in a weekend than, say, previous ministers might have done in their term. So there were others on the other side that, again, seem to reiterate why we need this bill in their business of saying they oppose the bill. That was a little bit confusing. Member for Eildon, she did a very good effort, and I mean that, she argued her case, but she did get caught out at the end laughing at her own lights. It's never a good look. I try not to do it myself, although I'm sure I'm guilty of it sometimes. But I think the thing that took me the most is the member for Ripon seemed to be happy with the inaction that we've seen from AMO. And that's got to stop, and that's why we need this bill. I commend it.